I prithee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that are an extremity of either are abnormal fellows and betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards.
Why? 'Tis good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be a post.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier's, which is ambitious, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, nor the lady's, which is nice, nor the lover's, which is all of these. But it is a melancholy of its own, compounded of many simple, extracted from many objects, and indeed the sunrise contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in a most humorous sadness.
A traveler? By me faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your own lands to see other men's. Then, to have seen so much more and have nothing, is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
I have gained my experience.
Your experience makes you sad. I had rather have a fool make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God be with you, and you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, monsieur traveler. Look, you lisp and wear strange suits, all the benefits of your own country. Be out of love with your nativity and almost chide for God, for making you that contestant you are, or I will scarce think you have swam in a gondola. Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover. You served me such another trick, never come in my sight again.
My fair Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love, that he will divide a minute into 1,000 parts and break but a part of 1,000 part of a minute in affairs of love. It may be said of him that Cupid hath clapped him o' the shoulder, but I warrant him heart whole.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
Nay, you be so tardy, come no more in my sight, ask the leafy wood of a snail.
Of a snail?
Ay, of a snail. For thought he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head, a better jointer. I think that you make a woman, besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horns which such as you are fain to be beholding your wives for, but he comes armed for his fortune and prevents slander for his wife.
Virtue is no hornmaker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
But I am your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so, but he hath a Rosalind of a better leer than you.
Come, woo me, woo me. I am in a holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now? And I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you better speak first. When you were gravelled for the lack of matter, you might take the occasion to kiss. Very good orators, when they are out, they will spit. And for the lovers lacking, God warm us, matter the cleanest shift is to a kiss.
How if the kiss be denied?
Then she puts you in treaty, and there begins new matter.
Who could be out, being before his beloved mistress?
Marry, that should you, if I were your mistress, or may my honesty be ranker than my wit.
What, of my suit?
Not out of your apparel, and yet out of your suit. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person I say I will not have you.
Then in mine own person I die.
No, faith, die by eternity. The poor world is almost 6,000 years old, and in all this time there was not any man died in his own person. Vicelet, in a love cause, Troilus has his brains dashed out with a Grecian club, yet he did what he could to die before, and he is one of the patterns of love. Leander, he would have lived many a fair year, though Hero had turned run, if it had not been for a hot midsummer night. For a good youth, he went but forth to wash him in the Hell's Point, and being taken with a cramp was drowned, and the foolish coroners of that age found it was heroes of Setos, but these are all lies. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill a fly, but come now, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faithful will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And wilt thou have me?
I and 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
Pray thee, marry us.
I cannot say the words.
But you must, will you, Orlando?
Orlando, will you have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why now? As fast as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for my wife.
I might ask you for your commission, but I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There's a girl goes before the priest, and certainly a woman's thought runs before her actions.
So does all thoughts. They are winged.
Now tell me how long you will have her after you've possessed her.
Forever and a day.
Say a day without the forever. No, no, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but they shy changes when they are wives. I will be more jealous of thee than a Barbary cock-pigeon over his hen, more glamorous than a parrot against the rain, more newfangled than an ape, more giddy in my desires than a monkey I will keep for nothing, like a Diana in the fountain, and I will do them when you are disposed to be merry. I will laugh like a hyena, and that is when thou art inclined to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Or else she could not have the wit to do this, the wiser, the waywarder. Make the doors upon a woman's wit, and it will out the casement. Shut that, and 'twill out the key hole. Stop that, and 'twill fly without the smoke out the chimney.
A man that had a wife with such wit, he might say, wit whither wilt.
Nay, you may keep that cheek way for till you meet your wife's wit going to your neighbor's bed.
What wit could wit have to excuse that? For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I will leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack these 2 hours. Mary to say she came to seek you there. You shall never take her without her answers, unless you take her without her tongue. Oh, that woman that cannot make her fault her husband's occasion. Let her never nurse her child herself, for she will breed it like a fool.
I must attend the Duke at dinner by 2 o'clock and will be with thee again.
Go your own ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering long of yours won me. 'Tis but one castaway, and so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
By my troth and in good earnest, and so God mend me, and by all the pretty oaths that are not dangerous, and if you break one jot of your promise, or came 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her, and you call Rosalind that may be chosen out of the gross band of the unfaithful. Therefore beware my censure, and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind. So adieu.
Well, time is the old justice that examines all such offenders, and let this time try. Adieu! That same wicked bastard of Venus that was begged of thought, conceived of the spleen and born of madness, that blind rascally boy that abuses everyone's eyes because his own are out. Let him be judge of how deep I am in love. I'll tell thee, Elenia, I cannot be out of sight of Orlando. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he come.
And I'll sleep. You simply have misused our sex in your love prate. We must have your doublet and hose plucked over your head and show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, thou didst know how fathom deep I am in love. But it cannot be sounded, my affection nath an unknown bottom like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather bottomless. That as fast as you pour affection in it, it runs out.